Hey, it's Slide Jones. Welcome back to the channel, and today I'm giving you the full breakdown on the newly announced series Star Trek Picard, and give you my thoughts on what I took from the teaser trailer that just dropped a few hours ago.
Engage.
Space, a final frontier.
Now here's the premise of Star Trek Picard according to Wikipedia. Star Trek Picard, also known as Star Trek Captain Picard, is an upcoming American web television series featuring the Star Trek character Jean-Luc Picard, created for CBS All Access as a part of an expansion of the Star Trek franchise, headed by executive producer Alex Kurtzman. The series is set 20 years after the events of Star Trek Nemesis in 2002, and is affected by the destruction of Romulus in the Star Trek film, JJ's film from 2009. First off, I think that's awesome because it combines J.J. Abrams' Star Trek with Star Trek The Next Generation. Minus Star Trek Beyond, because that kind of sucked. But overall, the J.J. Abrams Star Trek movie franchise is alright. The casting is spot on, and they do a good enough job of filling the shoes that Shatner and Nimoy left them to fill, and even got their blessing, so I'm interested in seeing how they meld the two. Patrick Stewart executive produces the series and stars as Picard, reprising his role from Star Trek The Next Generation, as well as other Star Trek media. Santiago Cabrera, Michelle Hurd, Eva Gora, Alison Pill, Harry Treadway, and Issa Briones also star. This series was first rumored in 2018 when Kurtzman began his expansion, and was officially announced at August after months of negotiations with Stewart, who had previously said he would not return to the franchise after Nemesis. Filming began in California in 2019, with the series' official title announced a month later. Star Trek Picard is expected to premiere in late 2019 and consists of 10 episodes. I can't play the full 1-minute trailer due to the copyright Nazis, but there's actually not a whole lot to see here. At the beginning of the trailer, you see a close-up of a grapevine. As the camera pans out, you see one hand touch the leaves, and then a female narrator's voice chimes in. 15 years ago today, you led us out of the darkness. You commanded the greatest rescue armada in history. As the trailer plays, you see hands ringing under an old-fashioned water spigot. Then it cuts to an image of a huge vineyard being watered by some Trekkie-looking contraptions, and then the voice comes back and says, "Then the unimaginable. What did it cost you? Your faith? Your faith in us? Your faith in yourself?" Then the camera cuts to an image of a man walking between the hedgerows by himself, and then to a box of Chateau Picard Bourgogne, I believe, or Burgundy, which is a translation which represents the region in France where the wine, I guess, comes from. The Burgundy region is actually in east central France, by the way, not far from the Swiss border. I'm guessing this is the land that was handed down to Picard from his family, or this must be his birthplace, or not far from his birthplace, which was referenced a few times on The Next Generation. Finally, the voice asks, "Tell us, why did you leave Starfleet, Admiral?" And then we see a shot of Professor X in his civilian clothes, looking up as if ready to answer the question. Now, just judging from the lighting, his facial expressions, I can't tell if this is some kind of hearing or if he's just seeing a shrink. Either way, we won't know until spring of next year. What are your theories on how you think the series will play out? I'd love to hear your comments below. Now, it's obvious Picard must have sacrificed something great, or found a weakness in himself that caused him to give up his command. I'm not sure if there'll be any preseason episodes like we got with STD to get us caught up on what's going on for this particular timeline. Plus, if he's been out of the game for 15 years, there may be a familiar threat looming and they need his experience and knowledge on how to handle it. Either that, or the dude is suffering from major PTSD and is just seeking the help he needs. Maybe he has a little Borg left in him. Maybe a little Locutus. Who knows? All I know for sure is Admiral Picard, if Admiral Picard ends up with a male life partner, or they make him gay, I will be done with Star Trek forever, swear to God. We got enough of that tacky shit with Discovery, aka STD. With STD, we got 2 gay kisses for the price of 1 and a shitty tacked on gay love story that got dumped mid-season. I'm tired of the social justice bullshit infecting my favorite movies and shows. And Star Trek Discovery would be the only show on TV that has 2 brothers on the ship, one of them's gay, and the only sister on the ship, actually one of 2, is named Michael. I mean, what the actual fuck, man? We can't even get right in the future, can we? Anyway, I'm getting off track. Let's take a look at the early cast of the show. We have Patrick Stewart as Jean-Luc Picard, former captain of the USS Enterprise D and the USS Enterprise E. Stewart returns to the role after last portraying the character in the 2002 film Star Trek Nemesis. He felt that at the time his role in the franchise had run its natural course, but in the years since he was humbled by the stories of the impact the character had on the lives of fans and so on, so now he's happy to research and experience what comforting and reforming light he might shine on these often dark times. I guess that's a fancy way of saying he was ready to get these checks again. Then we also have Santiago Cabrera as the pilot of Picard's ship and a skilled thief. Michelle Hurd, she's a former intelligence officer struggling with substance abuse. Executive producer Alex Kurtzman revealed that the series would find the character radically altered by the destruction of Romulus several years after the events of Nemesis, as depicted in the film Star Trek from 2009. Stewart said the series would tell a single, serialized story, and despite taking place at a similar time to flash forwards in the Next Generation finale All Good Things, he would not be growing a beard for the series as he did for those scenes. As far as the look of the new show, it'll be set farther in the future than any other Trek feature, stated Kurtzman. The production is aiming for a grounded approach rather than having things like crazy floating skyscrapers and all the cliches of science fiction. They've tried to avoid that across the board in the production design and the look and feel of it. So it's all about personal details that you can connect to now, even though it takes place so far in the future. To me, it kind of sounds like a cop-out. Either that or the show isn't shooting for the awesome special effects and CGI that we get from Discovery. Either that or they just don't have the budget, so they're trying to dampen our expectations. So we'll just have to wait and see. Filming for the series started April of this year. The first 2 episodes make up the first block of filming for the series, with this 10-episode split into 5 blocks total. Jonathan Frakes, aka William Riker from TNG fame, who also previously directed for Discovery, directs the second block of episodes and stated his belief that the block system had more to do with amortization than any story-based reasons. Filming is expected to conclude October 1st, 2019. Picard is expected to premiere in late 2019 on CBS All Access in the United States and run for 10 episodes. So what are your expectations for the series? Can Picard give the fandom the shot in the arm it needs since STD has polarized the OG Trekkies? Will this be another overly political social justice shit show? I hope not. It's bad enough that Star Wars, Game of Thrones, and Marvel have sold all the way out. I still have a tiny bit of hope for Star Trek, though. Well, everybody, I certainly want to thank you for taking the time to check out my video, and please hit that like button. Those likes, that's like YouTube fuel. The more likes these videos get, the more motivated I am to create content. And having you subscribe to my channel is an honor for me, because there are many, many channels out here fighting to survive. I appreciate each and every sub. You guys help keep the channel alive. So as always, thank you. God bless. Have a good one. I'm out of here. Peace.